We get so many great questions and comments. The main question that we're going to try to answer today is vanilla in the 18th century. Thanks for joining us today on Questions and Answers with James Townsend and Son. Here's a question that came in on the old salt pork episode that we did many years ago. This one's Mr. Mepwep, or no, the Mepwep. He says, how long should I wait before I use my salt pork? You can start to use it almost right away. The salt is slowly going to go deeper and deeper into that salt pork, but you can start to use it right away. Here's a question that came in from U-Bones. It's on the latest episode that we did with the pound cake. He says, isn't half a nutmeg too much? Seems like it would be overpowering. Remember, there's a lot of ingredients here, 4 pounds of ingredients for this half a nutmeg, and it turned out just fine to us. It definitely was not overpowering. Heck, can you have too much nutmeg? This is Joan L. on the same episode. Did they use allspice at this time? I've just discovered it in my own cooking, and it's really nice. If you go digging in the 18th century texts, cookbooks, you'll definitely find allspice. It comes under different names sometimes. They called it Jamaica pepper or pimento. But it was definitely used in 17th and 18th century English cookery. They did call it allspice at that time, and thinking that it did seem like it was several different kinds of spices blended together. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and what else? Cloves. And the French even called it round clove. So yeah, definitely you'll find it in 18th century cooking. This one again is on that most recent episode. It's White Tiger. And they say, my 8-year-old loves your videos. While watching this one, she said, he brings back lost things from the 18th century. Thank you for that. The question here is, on more complex recipes, do you use modern implements? In other words, do you whisk the eggs by hand, or did you bake them in a modern oven? And actually, many times we try both of those kinds of techniques because we want to know how easy it will be to use in a modern kitchen. So sometimes we'll try that first, experiment with it that way. At other times we'll experiment and try them in the historical context. So we kind of have an idea of how it's going to work in both situations. From our first season, Campfire Pumpkins, Lucky Shih Tzu says, aside from pears, what else would be good to stuff pumpkin with? What would onions be like? Well, onions would probably be really good. You could definitely do something like apples and onions. And if you saute it first so that it's fully cooked, you could put like pork and apples or pork and onions inside the pumpkin. That would probably be really good. Here's the main question, and it's from the pound cake episode. It's Pink Unicorn, and the question is, was vanilla essence a common ingredient during this time, during the 18th century? It was used by itself as a flavoring as early as the 1600s, but because of its expense, it was used only by the very wealthy, and you don't generally see it showing up in 18th century cookbooks because of that reason. The interesting thing about it, the thing that makes it become all of a sudden much more popular when you get into the 19th century, say the 1840s and 50s, when you start to actually see vanilla being shown up and used, although it is used as early as 1805 by Hannah Glass, it gets much more popular because they finally discovered what was happening with the vanilla plant, that it was pollinated by a particular little kind of bee or fly. And it wasn't until they discovered that the plants they were trying to grow in other parts of the world needed to be hand pollinated or have that special fly, then it wasn't actually producing any vanilla where they grew it in other places. So that's why you see this sudden surge of vanilla in the mid-19th century, because all of a sudden it got much less expensive. So yes, it was available in the 18th century, but it was only very expensive, and you didn't see it used in very many situations. I want to thank everyone for the amazing questions and wonderful comments that we get in. It's one of the things that makes our channel so alive. All of this community that's happening, that really is you out there making that happen. So thank you so much for the great and wonderful activity that's happening on our channel and the great communication that's happening back and forth. There's so many interesting things that we can learn down in the comment section. So I want to thank you for what you're doing down there. Also, we got a lot of people asking about particular units, about events that are happening, or sites. Right now we're working on a site called livinghistorynetwork.com, and I would suggest you go try that out if you're looking for events that are happening in your area, or historic sites that are in your area. We're just starting to work on that, and it is really starting to grow, and it's really starting to fun to see that really get filled out. So if you are interested in those things, make sure to check out. I will put a link down in the comment section. I want to thank everyone for all you do, all your comments, all your sharing of our videos. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching. If you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button up here. That'll take you to a spot where you can subscribe. I want to thank everyone for watching.